All right, you guys, thanks for showing up tonight. I really appreciate it. I am super excited to share what I've been working on for the last couple of days. It is not in completion, but the two main pages are darn near complete, the most important pages. And so I'm going to go over that website for you tonight. Now, why did I create this website? For the last several years, Plexus has made a lot of changes, and the majority of them, if not all of them, are super amazing and good. They are beneficial to us in multitudes of ways, especially when it comes to providing us with as much support and resources as possible to grow our business successfully. Now, with that said, there are a lot of different places to go to get information. There's our back office that has several pages on it available for people to peruse and grow their business. There is a Facebook New Ambassador Academy page that people can learn from. There is our own Facebook team page where we have a guide section as well as a topics section. And then we have a lot of things that we just kind of throw out there, but we don't really have a page for, such as our events. So we do have a section where you can find an event in the guides section, but not really any sort of language as to how to approach people that is attached to that event in terms of offering it to your downline. So what I wanted to do was pick and choose the things that we are most often utilizing in our team and on the team page, Dream Big, Drink Pink, and put them into one location so that at least the most basic parts of your business that will help you to create duplication are easy to find in one spot. You don't have to go and look for a link for one testimonials page on one site and then look for a link for the YouTube Plexus Worldwide page in another site. Everything is in one place in terms of the most frequently used items for us to duplicate our businesses. With that said, I just want to reiterate that all of the processes that are available to us are good processes. What am I talking about? 3-day sample events. Those are things that are available to us. We have layouts to do them, event layouts, and obviously we have the 3-day sample available to do them. We have language as to how to approach people and provide them with a 3-day sample. That's all available, but it's not our main go-to as a team and on our team page. So that's not included as part of the overall process on this website. However, if you or one of your leaders decides that one of these other things that you've come upon on one of the pages, whether it be back office or the Plexus community page, or you're chatting with another sideline sister somewhere out in Plexus world, and they are doing a process that's different, let's say the 3-day sample event, and you really like it, it just works for you, then go with that. It is okay. You don't have to only stick to what we're doing on this website, but this is the key typical fashion in which we roll a person out. And I want it to be easy for people to find this and not be confused about what they're supposed to be doing, what they're supposed to be saying, the order in which things are done, and how to find resources. Okay. So with all of that said, I'm going to do a share screen and go through with you what I came up with. Okay, here is the website. When you pull it up, it will not have the black line across the top. That is because I own the website, so that's showing up. But here is the website, daretobediamond.com. You have your homepage, where to start, which is going to be all individuals who are customer oriented only will go to where to start. A winning process, that would be something you may select for someone who signs onto your business to do the business and take the products. And it's something that you yourself as a business builder will refer to most often. Resources is going to have additional information that will support what you're finding on the winning process page. And leadership is additional resources for personal growth and development. Okay. So if you scroll down here, the homepage is really just a little bit of an explanation of pages. It's a positivity page, but the true information is on these tabs. So I'll just run this past you guys. So you can see what I've got. A little bit of a positive affirmation here. Everything's better with friends. This, everything's better with friends, associates with where to start, right? And basically it says, congratulations, you've made a commitment to better your health. I know you're probably a bit giddy, hoping for the best and praying it doesn't fail. We have a proven system, but one of the best ways to keep yourself on track is having an accountability partner. It'll increase your chance for success by 78%. Let's go. And this Bring Your Friends tab will take them to where to start page. Scroll down a little bit more and it says, no dream is too big, no vision too grand, trust the process. And this obviously says, show me the process. And this associates with our winning process tab at the top. Lifelong learning, personal growth and training. The greatest success stories you ever see are built on years of practice and personal growth. It will place you on an endless mountain that takes you higher and higher in conjunction with the number of books you read, podcasts listened to, and personal action taken. It's the promise of success, and you can't get to the top without it. So that's basically your homepage. Where to start includes, voila, everything's better with friends, right? Where to start includes the 3 basic steps that are easy, simple, and will get your ambassador or VIP customer moving in the direction of sharing with their friends. So there's a little welcome here. It introduces them to the idea that not only will they have an accountability partner, but in fact, their first month on board, they can get a deposit equal well over $300 based on referral bonuses. Now, I will be making little changes here. One of those changes is going to be a graph that breaks down how they can make an income based on Fast Start, as well as how they would make an income if they are a veteran who's been with us for some time, but has never looked at this website, but would come at a later time and want to get started. It all starts with a few easy steps. Sorry, you guys. Delilah. Step 1. Who are 3 to 5 people you know that would love to lose weight, gain energy, or change up their health so they can feel great every day? Write them down, because guess what? Our company has blessed you with 3 free samples so you can bless your friends. It's true. To claim your samples, pull out your phone and download our Engage app. So here's what we've discussed in the past when we've talked about our process, right? We want them to immediately get those samples in the hands of their friends and family. So that's an explanation here. It provides them with a graphic of what this Engage app looks like, how, step 1, 2, 3, and 4 of how to find their samples and so forth. And then it explains exactly what to do. Reach out to each of those 3 to 5 friends until you have 3 yeses, then send them each a sample. Here's a message idea to help you along, but feel free to edit it to your voice. This is a sample message for them to send to their friends, the 3 to 5 friends and family. And then it explains how to send the sample. Step by step is the next paragraph, with a side note: if they don't provide their phone or email, just use your own for now. Because in order to send a sample, of course, they have to have a phone number or email. So keeping it simple for them will be just using their own phone and email. Step 2, reach out to your sponsor and schedule a one-time Facebook event. This is the best way to easily introduce what we offer to your friends and family and invite them to do it with you. We provide a sample invite message, set up the event for you, answer all questions, and help each person get started. You simply invite and follow along the night of the event. Okay, so obviously as leaders, you're going to guide them in terms of making their list so that this is a simple measure for them, baby stepping them through it. They're going to make their list of the people they'll invite. You're going to offer them a sample message. You're going to tell them to follow up with those people the day of the event, and you're going to tell them to be active in the event. Then you're going to walk them through follow-ups after. But this is a simple introduction that is not scary, and it still puts them on the path of getting involved in an event and sharing. If you are invited to join via an event from a friend who doesn't know how to run an event, simply reach out to the person that sent you to the site or text Tanya Stewart, our Emerald upline, and I left my phone number. She'll be all the help you need. Now, to give you an idea of some tweaks I will make, I'm also probably going to eventually create a video about what events are. that will be a little bit more detailed. I may or may not do that because I don't want this to be complicated. I really do just want to have people walk through it and so say, oh, I can do that. That seems simple. Okay. Step 3, first post. When your products arrive, grab a selfie with your first pink drink or the entire bundle of products displayed. Let the world know you are on the path to a better you and find out which of your friends want to be on that same path. I provided an example of a screenshot of, what a post would look like. And then I gave them a couple of post ideas already here, and of course, welcome them to edit those post ideas to match their own voice. Then at the bottom, they have a how to make a social media post, which is simply a beautifully done PDF provided in our back office from corporate. And they can, if they don't like what they see here, they want a further explanation, they can download this. And that is actually explained up here. It says use either of the post ideas as a launching pad to create your own, or upload the PDF guide below for step-by-step instructions to make one that is solely unique to you. Don't forget to include your selfie. Now, as a leader, all of these are steps that you should already be guiding them through without them really having to come to this website. But we all know that time is a constraint for many of us, and there are a lot of people who don't feel comfortable talking. Oh gosh, please don't tell me. Oh no, I'm here. Okay. That don't feel comfortable talking to others, instructing them how to do things. They're nervous about this type of the process. And so what happens is they're able to just say, here's the website page. Now that welcome to our team, take a look at this page. This is a great way for you to get your friends involved with you. There's 3 easy steps. You can read through that and I'll check back with you in the morning. So that's just this. That's what this is meant for all of you to be able to use. Okay, I just want to do a quick stop share and ask you, I want to hesitate and say, did any of you have any questions about the 3 steps? Did anything come to mind of like, well, she didn't include this, or I would have thought it would have said that, or anything that you want to comment on that first page?
I love it.
Pretty clear? Okay, perfect.
I think it looks great.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to move on to the next screen. A winning process. Here we go. So I started this page with a little bit of vision for anybody that's visiting here. This is considered third-party validation for anybody who is going to send a new person to this page. Now, this page is going to be given to people who come to your team and immediately say, I want to run with this business. Perfect. You can send them to this page. You can also send them to where to start and then tell them to hop over to this page, however you want to do it. And then the second way that this page is going to be used is after you've introduced a product user to where to start. So the page we just looked at, they've had an event, they've done a first post, they're loving what they're experiencing. They get that initial paycheck and they say, wait a minute, I want to make more money. I want to take advantage of what I'm seeing on your team page. If you guys could just mute yourself, that would be great. I want to know what some of the other income levels are, and I want to shoot for the stars. Okay, that's when you're going to send them to a winning process. Okay, so it starts with this. Are you ready to dream again? Ready to pull out that beautiful picture you've been carrying around in your mind for years? And of course, you see the graphic is Dare to Dream. It goes hand in hand with the website, which is Dare to Be Diamond. Ready to pull out that beautiful picture you have been carrying around in your mind for years. Maybe it's a grand home with white picket fence or a suitcase full of clothes you lug from country to country while you see the world. Whatever you can imagine, you can build with Plexus. Plexus is a gift for each of us. It works the same for each of us, both the products and the business. Follow the process, remain consistent, and you will find whatever success you choose. You can fulfill whatever dream you can invent. Belief and daily consistent activity over time. That's the secret sauce. Sound impossible? If so, it is only the limits in your mind that produce said thought, and limits are meant to be broken. The process works if you work the process. Ready? Let's go. So what I've done here is I've created vision. I've opened people's minds to the idea of dreaming again and to grabbing on to big things in their life, recognizing that they don't have to be limited to just getting their products paid for or even an extra $1,000 a month. The second thing I've done is acknowledged that this is a process, and because it's a process, anyone is capable of learning the process and working through the process to achieve the success that they want. Thirdly, I'm kind of pointing to the elephant in the room, right? Everybody has limited thinking, and I'm saying, hey, I see that in you. I know you probably have that limitation right now, but we're going to break that down. And the process is going to prove to you how that works as long as you work the process. Okay. So this also is broken down into steps based on what we do to make our business successful, right? It says by now you should have posted, held an event, and used your 3 free samples. If not, review the where to start page. You're probably thinking, what's next, right? How do I keep my business growing? So I've already referenced them back to that original page in case they haven't gotten that far. Step 1, the IPA, daily income producing activities. I give them a few tips. Number 1, 2, and 3. The third one is how do I do the activities on the sheet, which is the 7 P's of successful workday. It's a 7 P's IPA worksheet. If you guys don't have it, obviously you'll want to make yourself privy to this. It was created by Brooke Hemingway. It's an excellent IPA system. And I'm going to insert a video here. This is this is happening because I want them to understand what these parts of this IPA mean and why they're so important. So I am going to do a video on that. Step 2, send, share, invite. That is our process, right? In terms of the mechanics of it all. We have a brilliant system for messaging and it works. Follow these simple action steps in the PDF below. Remember, the average NBA player takes 10,000 shots before becoming a pro. Thankfully, we don't need that much practice to fulfill our dreams, but nonetheless, practice will result in greater and greater success. So be patient and kind with yourself as you develop your flow when reaching out to people. So here again, I'm establishing an expectation for your downlines already on the website. I'm saying to them, practice makes perfect, but this is nowhere near as challenging as something like being an NBA player. You can start to do the activity now, and you may or may not get great results, but do it enough over time, and you will get better and better with your success. Okay, so setting them up for the right expectations, and you can do the same thing. So I have included here an exposure process, which I can share that with you. Actually, I happen to have it open. Here is the exposure process for send, share, invite. Also a beautifully done PDF form from Brooke Hemingway. So it's 5 steps to success. She puts a little blurb at the top. Speed of exposure and moving the conversation along is key. Not overwhelming them with too much information is also key. This is so great, you guys, right? We know that so many of us have entered into this world of network marketing and absolutely puked our products all over people, and that's not the right way to go. In fact, what is correct is asking the right questions and waiting for their answer, which is what she explains here. Ask a question and wait for the answer. Only share what they need to know. Nothing more, nothing less. Information overload, too many videos, and too much product information equals less sales. Step by step, how to introduce somebody to Plexus. And it goes step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you have your sample message here. You have what to do when they respond in step 2, 3, relate and recommend, in terms of relating it to something that you have experienced or you know somebody that has experienced it. So this is kind of intertwining the feel, felt, found method, as well as coming up with a recommendation. Step 4 is your follow-up, and step 5 is getting them started. She also talks about cost here, which is fantastic, right? We all know that everybody tends to come into this business and our products could be $50 or they could be $5,000, and people will still come into this business thinking other people don't want to spend the money. That's just kind of ingrained in our minds. She gives you what to do if it's a no, if it's a yes. Okay, so this is a fantastic, fantastic document for people to be able to walk through. Send, share, invite, which is, if once the system is mastered, send, share, invite, literally it is golden. I mean, people can sign like crazy with a system like this. So it's an excellent document. Now, if I can get back to the screen I was on, let's see here. Oh, bear with me, you guys, because I have to kind of sneak around here and oh, hold up. Oh, wait a second. I'm over here. Never mind. In addition, an additional reference sheet on this method, how to share Plexus. So there's actually 2 documents on send, share, invite. And the reason I did that is because the other one, let me just sneak up here and grab it, is right here. And it has a bunch of additional sample messaging, which I kind of liked. It talks about using third-party tools and answering questions. It explains the feel, felt, found method, getting them started, gives them, again, questions of what to ask. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to jump in and get started? If they comment on anything other than the 10, which in most cases they will, ask them how you can move them from the number they commented with to a 10. Now, guys, that little piece of information I've seen taught by multi-million-dollar network marketing gurus. So like, this is a really good document too for people to have on hand and to look through and utilize the methods that are in that. So I did use 2 documents there. Third step is birthday samples. Now this is relatively new to the Dream Big, Drink Pink page. We've only been using them for maybe like 60 days or something like that, where we've really been implementing them. Let me grab a drink of water. And me personally, I've only started using them this month. I definitely took more of a slow pace this summer, but these birthday samples are fantastic. In the last 8 days, I have sent out 12 samples at this point. And it really, to me, is a super easy segue into relationship building with the majority of the people. Well, not majority, I would say half of the people that I've sent samples to have been open to conversing with me in a relationship building manner. So I've gotten to know who they are, what they do for a living, in some cases, what their health conditions are, what they're looking to achieve with the products, et cetera, et cetera. One of the girls is ready to order and she has not even gotten her sample yet. So I should be able to close her out in the next couple of days here. So birthday samples are wonderful for this facet, from this aspect. And the other thing I would mention here with birthday samples too, is if you have somebody who has a really small network or somebody who is very introverted, or you have the combination of both of those and things going on, birthday samples would be an easy way for them to segue into trying to get somebody to pay attention to them. So low level influencers, this would be a great segue for them. So I go through this, I offer them the information of how to send the message. This isn't exactly the same message I've been sending. Send the sample through your Engage app in order to keep track of the process. So yes, that should speak for itself. They're going to send the sample through the Engage app in order to keep track of the process. Now, I know some of you have used your own slim sticks or your own active sticks or whatever to send them out to people. I do not recommend this as a normal teaching methodology because, again, people are able to keep track of their prospects when they use the Engage app. Plus, once they've sent out the sample, they're going to want to go back to the Engage app and send them a video, either of one of the products that they selected to send them as a sample. And the instructions to do that are all listed here. Now, for those of you who have not even utilized this yet, what's going to happen is you want to be sending this message through your Engage app for this video each and every time, because what you could do is just save the message and the videos in a note somewhere, right? You could do that. And then it would be way easier to just go grab that message and shoot it off to every single person that you buy that buys a sample from you. However, if you do it individually in your Engage app and you go through the process and grab a hold of your existing customer that it's actually supposed to be going to, your Engage app will keep track of how often that customer opens that video and when they're viewing the video. This is key in terms of follow-up and relationship building and engaging with that person. If you're just copying a pre-existing note that you have in your notes section that has the slim video, you cannot see when they have been watching that video. And for yourself and for your downline, this is a really important factor, right? So that's all explained in here, as well as the follow-up. I give them an example of what I include with my follow-up messaging when the video is sent, because you can edit that. Once products arrive, and also I explain to them to do the relationship building, that kind of thing. And then once the products arrive, ask them what they think of the product, follow up with any additional questions about their needs, send appropriate videos and testimonials, and follow the remaining path of send, share, invite as provided in the previous PDF above, or in the PDF above. So that covers your birthdays. Step 4, becoming an influencer. I know, you, a social influencer, I don't have anything to offer that would influence anyone, right? Well, guess again, you are a super unique and amazing person with experiences that are relatable to certain people. The key is not confusing people about who you are by displaying parts of you randomly every day. Instead, pick the parts of you that are most meaningful to you and use them to add value to others' lives. Take a listen to these beautifully done training videos to learn how to master this method and become someone others wish to know, trust, and to become a part of your life and what you do. So note that I did not say step 4 is Facebook social posting. The reason I didn't do that is because the IPA already includes social posting. We will have already covered that in step 1. So step 4, becoming an influencer, I wanted to be an expansion of that, because what we do is social selling, and whether we like it or not, that includes using Facebook in a very intentional way. We all know that, right? And so in order for you to save you from having to repeat that concept over and over and over and teach and train people what that looks like, use the videos. It makes your life simple and it makes them learn a lot easier. Step 5, supporting your new customers and team members. Whether a VIP customer or signing on to do the business, the first few steps are the same. And this takes you through, let's see, step 1 through 9, what you would do with a new ambassador. And really, you guys, all this is a reflection of the where to start page. It talks about getting on the phone with your new person to process the order, build belief, and relationship build during that phone call. It talks about offering to host an event during that phone call. If they turn you down for an event, ask them to provide you with 3 people they know that would also love to improve their health, lose a few pounds, or gain some energy. Then wait for the answer. Once the names are provided, walk them through the ability to share their free samples. This is a description of what you should be doing as a leader with each new person that comes in contact with you and wants to order products, okay? And it's basically walking you through all of the various steps of being able to get them to share the event, the 3 free samples, and then number 4, it says an alternative to the above is to send them the where to get started page of this website and ask them to read through the page. So number 4 is your easy out for people who are too scared to get on the phone or offer an event or talk about the samples, right? You're going to have people on your teams that are just not willing to do any of those things. It scares them to death. And so it's going to be slower going for them. And this site is going to be kind of their crutch for a little while until they gain confidence through self-development. Number 5, add all newbies to the team page, testimonials page, and Plexus pages on Facebook. All links are provided under resources. So we're going to get to the resources page in a second here. Number 6, be in touch with them while they wait for their products, show excitement, drop a testimonial that matches their desired outcome, send them a Because of Plexus video found on the Plexus YouTube playlist, and continue to get to know them better, or simply be a friend if you are already friends. So number 6 is what happens once you hang up that phone or you enroll them over Messenger if it ends up happening that way, and they're sitting around waiting for their products. Number 6 is what you do in those days to build belief and keep connected with your new person. Number 7, create a Facebook post for them and have them drop it with a selfie when they receive their products. So as a leader, you are going to help them create that post. Number 8, but keep in mind, examples of what to say on those posts are in the Where to Start page. So everything you need is still here. Number 8, as they get the Plexus bug, plug them into this page for further instruction on how to continue to grow their business. Number 9, support their needs as product users by following the guidelines in this PDF and video instruction. I'm going to say that again. Number 9 is support their needs as product users by following the guidelines in this PDF and video instruction. So here you have a link to Emily Gibson's follow-up video. It's an excellent video. And here you have the follow-up system on paper. It's a PDF form of what to do with your customers for follow-up to make sure they have the success they need, okay? The last thing on this page is don't overcomplicate things. Okay, so I wanted to be here for you guys as, again, kind of a third-party validator, and maybe that person who's willing to say the things that most people don't want to say to their new team members, but really need to be said. These are things that create roadblocks for downlines, and can be tough conversations. And so I went right ahead and put them right on our process page so the person can read them themselves and be able to self-reflect immediately and understand, hey, I've got these obvious roadblocks right from day one that I need to be paying attention and getting over. And so I addressed those roadblocks right away. Making Plexus complicated. Top 6 reasons people make Plexus complicated are, number 1, they overthink every post and message. Both should come from your heart. What's in your heart should come easy. How do you feel about your story and these products? What have you learned about the products or their effects that makes you jump for joy? Why do you want your friends to know about this? Start from here to make connection. Be real with people. Be you. Talk to your friends about Plexus the way you would talk to them about your upcoming promotion, trip, or anniversary. Be all in with your willingness to show your passion for what these products offer, rather than overthinking, right? They skip the IPA. Oh my word, don't skip the IPA. It's that simple. Do you know of a business that opens its doors randomly on days it feels like it and finds huge success? The kind that can allow them to fulfill their wildest dreams? I know, it doesn't happen, right? And that's the case with your Plexus business too. We are here to connect with people, and we do so through messaging and Facebook posts each and every day. If we don't take this seriously, neither will our audience. Our ability to grow will be stunted, and it will feed your mind evidence that you can't make this work. False lies. You only can't make this work when you don't work consistently. Do the IPA every day. Number 3, comparison. Put a little blurb about comparing, put your blinders on, get focused, right? Number 4, they bring drama along for the ride. This one's easy. I use an example about how people bring drama into situations in their business. So they get a bunch of no's. All of a sudden, they attach meaning to the action. What happened was they sent messages, they got no's. Next day, they should wake up and send more messages and see what they get. But instead, they send messages, get no's, and attach meaning of, oh my gosh, this is never going to work for me. I can't make this succeed, and my dreams are shot. So I talk about leaving drama to the wayside. They aren't coachable. So I talk to them about where they can find resources to be coachable, and that being coachable is important to, rather than fighting against what they're being taught because they want to stay comfortable. So at the end, I said, rather than fighting against what feels uncomfortable to learn and implement, lean into it, rip off the Band-Aid, and do. Next one is time. And I give a big explanation of how people use time as a way to complicate the business and how to get over that. Okay. So that is my winning process. Resources and leadership are blank right now. I'm going to finish these up by the end of the week, but I want to share with you what is going to be on these pages. So resources is going to be probably chock full, leadership, not so much. So resources is going to have additional links to all your Facebook group pages, the team page, testimonials, the Plexus pages, the Plexus YouTube page, Monday motivation team call, any kind of link that is the most commonly used link. You know what? I can stop sharing now. That is the most commonly used link in our business. When you guys preview again the website later this week or next Monday or whatever, if you're thinking of something that's not on there, please let me know. Send it my way, and I'll probably put it up there. I will have an events section on the resource page. This will have PDFs of various types of events that you can host. So Facebook Messenger, a regular 30-minute party, events party, a 3-day sample event, things like that. That will go in the event section. Do not expect that event section to be loaded yet this week, like with a lot of different things. As time goes on, I'm going to add more and more event styles so people can use different things that attract them. Like for instance, somebody might want to do a beauty only event and just focus on Joyum. I'll be adding those as we go. Additional documents to support social media. Social media is such a big part of what we do, and a few videos is great, but I want to be able to put additional support onto this resource page. So other videos that I find that can support people, information on relationship building. So like I have documents on step-by-step of how to relationship build through social media in a way that people respond and engage with you, right? That you can actually build friendships, like using, one example of this would be using the group pages to connect with people, but also just reaching out to people on their own news feed and commenting, liking, and messaging them based on who they are based on their newsfeed. So stuff like that. I want to add additional resources on this page where people can open up a document and just read through it and go, oh, that's how you relationship build on social media. Now I get it. I get what the connection is. Other things would be like additional supportive videos on 3-way chats. I will be putting a 3-way chat blip on the process page, by the way. I thought about that later tonight and I didn't get to it yet, but that will go there. But I also want to put additional 3-way chat validating videos on this resource page. The Feel Felt Found, there's a video on that. Additional training, a list of videos and resources for key aspects of business like overcoming objections, product knowledge, people to watch on Facebook as examples of influencers. So those are just kind of a handful of ideas of things that will go on the resource page. I already have the majority of these in my notes. Literally, I could just go and copy and paste them and put them on the resource page. So it's not going to be very hard for me to get that set up. I just need a little bit more time. And then the final page is leadership, and that is your self-development page. What I'm going to do there is provide a list of book recommendations. I'm going to provide the link to the Aspire or direction to any individual of how to get to their Aspire, which is already offered by Plexus. And I'm going to list things like recommended podcasts that people would want to tune into to build their self-development and leadership. So that's the plan for that page. What do you guys think?
I think it looks good. It has a lot of great information in it.
It does. That's better than searching back office for what you're looking for. It's all in one spot.
Yeah. And back office is priceless. There are so many more resources there than there ever will be on this website. But I just feel like,
Quick and easy.
yeah, sometimes too much is not as good as a little. I don't know. I'm sure there's some amazing quote, but too much can be overwhelming for
There you
people.
go.
And I think we
Less
get,
is more.
yeah, less is more. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I think we're losing people to overwhelm versus not, and not that it isn't sufficient. That the information on back office is more than sufficient. It's just, I think people get confused and overwhelmed and shut down instead of just making it really, really simple. What do you think, Ashley? You've been around for quite a while. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Sorry, her response is kind of important for me because she has been around for a while.
My kids were getting out of the shower and it was kind of wild. That's why I still had myself muted, but no, I have honestly been wanting something like this for a long time. And then I think, and I've talked to you about that. It's like, I kind of feel like I get a little process and then it just, you know, we've tried different things and then they came out with the send, share, invite, and, you know, over the years, there's been different processes and it just, it's like, I don't feel like I can ever get anything consistently and then to hand down without confusion. And yeah, I think this will be great.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So we, heads up for some of you who don't know, we had a site called daretoBediamond.com that I created when I first started this business. And we used it for the first 3 years and it was golden. So if you're wondering, does a site like this, is it necessary? Doesn't sound like anybody on here is thinking that, but is it necessary? And how much is it going to add to my business? It is my opinion that it can be the single most important thing that you could potentially implement for your downline because of the fact that it is so drawn out, literally like a kindergartner, right? Go do this, then do this, then do this. And that's kind of how I did it in my first 3 years. And it just went like wildfire. And in lots of crazy went on in 2016 when we had our back office glitch and Erin ended up letting the title go, the URL Dare to Be Diamond. She lost it. She didn't pay for it and it went bye-bye and I couldn't get it back. And everything I had done was gone to the wayside forever. And of course, then they implemented new systems like send, share, invite, and a lot of new pathways in the back office. So then I was like, well, these other things are being done by corporate. Why should I redo them myself? But here we are 5 years later, and I still feel like what you guys have expressed to me and what Ashley just said, like there's so much that we just need to pick what we already, the few things that we generally do on a regular basis and have that one location to go and repeat that process. So that was the mindset. And I guess I'm telling you the backstory to just really encourage you to learn the website, know it well, encourage your downlines to use it. And I think it will be really, really, really helpful for your duplication. Okay.
Yeah. And I think it'll be great for, like you said, it's super simple and laid out. So if you have somebody that isn't necessarily helping a downline and you have somebody that's wanting to run the business, I think it'll be really easy for them to follow if they have somebody that's not helping them. And I hear that from other people that were with it and then they've signed up under me and they're like, well, I didn't really have any help. And so I didn't. And I think something like that, if that would happen, it'd be really easy for someone to follow that wasn't real familiar with it.
Yes. And something else I'm going to write down real quick. and then I'm going to come back to what you just said too. But under resources is like videos on time management and organization. That's another thing that people need to know a lot about, and that'll be there. But to go along with what you said, Ashley, also, how many times have you had somebody say, well, where do I find this? Or how do I get this? And then you take your time to go and do a help center search, or, you know, you look for something on a website or a Facebook page or whatever, and you just send them the link, because it's easier for you to do that than to say, well, you want to go to this Facebook page and click on that guide section and then go down to social sharing. You know, it's harder for you to explain that than it is to just go get the stupid link yourself and send it to them. And then your team's not really learning how to be self-sufficient, and you're wasting your time. So that's another part of this, is the most popular links that we use will be right there. And you can just say, go to the resources section of Dare to Be Diamond. Done. Done. Everything will be laid out for them. So yeah, that's it. I'm excited. I hope it works as well as it did the first go around. It'll be nice. And we can tweak it as we go. If you guys are using it and you find that you wish it had something it doesn't, or it was the order doesn't turn out to be as effective as it is right now, the step 1, 2, 3, and 4, or we need to add another step, like, I'm all ears. You guys can utilize this and just keep me posted if we need to make changes, because now I control the URL and everything about the website. No more changes out of nowhere.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
The Dare to Be Diamond Facebook group, is that different than what you were referring to as before your website? Because I remember that Facebook group.
So I think we might have had that as a team name on a Facebook group at one point, probably, but
that's totally different than the
Oh, yeah,
website you
no,
were referring
yeah.
to.
This is, go to Google right now
Yeah.
and type in daretobediamond.com, and this website will show up. It's live right now.
I can't remember the upline diamond. I can't remember her name. It wasn't Allison. It was another one.
Oh.
There was the diamond to that group, but she wasn't on there very much. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Well,
Oh, I
Ashley
think I
might know.
know what you're, yeah, Brianne Parks
oh, Brianne.
on that diamond. It was the
That sounds
diamond
right.
group. Yeah, that was in the mix, and we had multiple groups, and I was telling you, Tanya, I'm like, it did get really confusing.
I was
my
really
gosh,
it was
new then,
I
so
totally
I
forgot.
didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hold on one
that's
second. Let me stop this, because I don't want to bore